now you, I guess, at what point do you decide to do something different from the fitness? And then what was that? What was the next, I guess, the next passion project, or no, next thing
Well,
that you like, okay, I need to do this. This is the next step for me.
well, in any profession, you always want more, especially when you're dealing, especially when you're involved with people. And
Okay.
I look at myself as the person, I don't want to know what somebody's talking about. I want to understand them.
Got you.
So I would listen to people, and the needs of the people is what was my calling.
Got you.
So if there was something that needed, if there was a food drive that needed to be done and nobody else was doing it, and it's a need for it, then I'm going to go out there and see to it that I put my money, my time, my heart, my resources all into developing that. And I got all of that. I got all of that from the people who, believed enough in me to pay me for my job.
Got you.
So
Oh, and that's interesting. So then, at this point, you're in what, Louisiana, correct? When you were doing
correct,
Renegade Fitness,
correct.
I guess what prompted the move to Florida at that point?
So moving to Florida, I mean, every Louisiana was great. I love Louis. I mean, I tell people this. I'm Louisiana's most favorite adopted son.
Got you. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It was amazing to me being there, and I'll never forget the day when I got the call about moving to Florida. My
Okay.
then wife calls me because she was an executive over at Lockheed Martin, then end up going to what's now L3 Harris Technology as a general manager of aviation over there. So she calls me up one day. I actually took some time off and went back to my hometown of Muskegon Heights to help my friend Corey Chandler, who was the head football coach of
Yep.
Muskegon Heights High School.
Yep.
I lent him my services. So while she was back in Louisiana, I'm in Michigan coaching, and I get a phone call from her, and she asked me, hey, just out of curiosity, what is it going to take to get you to leave from Louisiana? And I said, it doesn't have to be a miracle. It'll be an act of God to get me to leave Louisiana, because that ain't gonna never happen. And so a couple days later, she flies up to Michigan to meet me while I'm after one of my coaching clinics, and she slides a piece of paper. She writes a number on a piece of paper and slides the number across the table and asks me if that was a miracle. A couple weeks later, we was in Florida.
Oh no! So now I gotta ask. I gotta ask. You don't have to answer. What was the number? What was the
I can't.
miracle
I
number?
can't. It was, trust me. A lot of people don't. I've never met anybody who single-handedly won the lotto.
Yeah.
That would be the equivalent of winning the lotto.
Okay. Can you give us a range?
I can't. I can't. I mean, that's just take that with you.
So then